Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, at long last, to some more Kerbal Space Program. It has been a while, I'm aware, but we're here, we're live, and we have more knowledge than I had previously. So, as you may recall from episode 5, Painfully Close, orbit was not achieved. Orbit was not achieved for a very particular reason. I was not actually all that knowledgeable as to the things that go involved into achieving orbit in a normal rocket-powered spaceflight. But now I am. So we'll get into orbit no problem at all this time. We will achieve all of the science, and it will be fantastic. So, we're in Kerbal Space Program 1.1 now. There's been an update since we last played. And there's quite a few different things. You can see a whole bunch of different UI things over here on the left side of the screen. And I'm just going to take a look around here, get my bearings a bit more, and then we'll hop into trying to get to space at long last. So, we have a whole bunch of missions, as we can see. Orbit Kerbal. This is our primary one. This should be no problem at all with our new knowledge. Do we have any active ones? We don't. So, accept contract. This will be good. We got this. Test Rocketmax brand decoupler in flight over Kerbal. Which one is that? I'm gonna accept it. Skipper, liquid engine, flee, solid rocket booster at the test flight. Okay, so we can do all these soon. Well, actually, we should probably do some of these before we go into space, because the offer will expire soon. Can only have a maximum of 2 at once. Oh, so once you accept it, it expires a little bit after. I guess I can't accept it. I can only have a certain amount at once? I do not know. But either way, let's go back. Spaceplane hangar, astronaut complex, administration building is where we want to go. Unpaid research program. That's the yield 1 science for each 2.525. The bailout grant. Well, it's a lot of funds. Aggressive negotiations, leadership initiative. Ooh. There's lots of interesting things here with all this. Yields 1 science, takes 5% funds income and yields 1 science for every 12,000 funds. That's not bad. Fundraising campaign. And yields more funds. Recovery transponder fitting. Plus 5.5% to minimum vessel recovery, minus 6.2% to maximum vessel recovery. Oh. These units are not cheap and should take much easier parts to find, improving the value of recovery even though they're halfway around Kerbal. And if I increase this, what does it do? Wow. Plus 15% to minimum vessel recovery. Fascinating. We'll have to keep that one in mind. Leave facility. Okay. So a few things we're going to do here is if we come out of the map, or into the space map. Can I? Why can I not? What is this? Contracts. Achieve goal, orbit Kerbal. Oh, these are your current contracts. Okay. How do we see space? I thought it was M. Oh, I can warp to the next morning. That's useful. Let's do it. Boop. Okay, we're here. Why can I not go to the space map? I don't know. I guess we have to do that on the launch pad. I thought you could do it elsewhere. Oh, you can from this one building. Leave. You can do it from mission control. I remember this now. Research and R&D. Actually, it's tracking station, I believe. Yes, here we are. So here is... Oh, this is where we want to go test the reaction systems for that one company. But we are... I don't even remember where we are exactly on the planets. But I think we're around here somewhere. But basically, you know, what we were doing previously, if we look kind of on a top view of Kerbal here, we were going up and then doing a 90-degree turn and trying to achieve orbit. That makes no logical sense as far as you're using rockets that are going to keep momentum. But if you go out of trajectory That's going to be much easier to achieve a stable orbit. I learned that from playing the tutorials. Thank you, Kerbal Space Program Tutorials. You have helped me greatly. So, that is what we're going to do. We're going to make a very capable vessel for that. And I believe we already have one. It's the Constitution. Oh wow, I forgot we had all these different ships. Oh wow, so many of these were space capable. The Voyager, for instance, was very space capable. But we're going to load up the Constitution. Here we are with the Constitution here. And I totally forgot how to work the controls in this thing. Whoopsies. That's okay. The Constitution here is what we're going to take into orbit. And we don't want to use the big solid rocket boosters. We're going to use these ones. But first off, we're going to add some radial decouplers. We're going to add 3 of them down here towards the bottom. And then we're going to grab our rockets, or our boosters, sorry. And we're going to do that. So it's going to be very basic, nothing too fancy. But we're also going to add some aerodynamical things. Aerodynamic noses, of course, reduce drag, because they did update the aerodynamics in the game, which are much more finicky now, so that's definitely needed. Winglets. Oh, a heat shield. Interesting. We don't really need the heat shield right now. We'll need that later on, because I do believe... Yeah, I think we'll need the heat shield later on. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to need the heat shield. So, let's add the heat shield, actually. Boop. We do need the heat shield. Because the one we're going to be coming back in from orbit, we're definitely going to need the heat shield due to the fact that with the updated aerodynamics, I'm not going to be able to go in nose first anymore like I did in the last episode. So that's going to definitely challenge things a bit here. We're going to move these down a little bit, so this is what we're sitting on, like so. And then we have our primary rocket booster, then we have our secondary one, which is going to allow us to get back in from achieving a stable orbit. And yes, it's going to cost us 11,000 credits out of our 300,000, which is nothing. So, Constitution Mark II. Is there any more science things we can add to it? We got the mystery goo, we got the communitron. Utility, because it is a little bit heavier. Ooh, a radiator panel. What's this? It adds cooling. Interesting. What's this do? The drogue chute. Poised high up and certainly not enough to stop you from smashing the ground. And it's useful for slowing down craft for the deployment of your main chutes. I see. But if I'm not mistaken, last time we did have some problems. So what we're gonna do here is we didn't have quite enough parachutes, so we're gonna add a double. We're gonna add double radial parachutes to here. And then, do we have any other aerodynamic things we can add to the tip of this? It does not seem so. So here we go. We're going to have 2 radial parachutes instead. And that should give us more than enough stuff to slow down. So that will be great. And now what we're going to do is... Oh, we don't have the ability to do the different add-ons yet. So we can't even do that right now. But that's okay. I do believe we have everything we need. We got the Science Junior... Oh, this is actually covering the hatch, so if we want to do an EVA, we're not going to be able to. So, how am I going to do this? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll move the mystery goo. Put them on either side. Like so. And then move the mystery goo. We don't need 2 of them, we only need 1 of them. Move the mystery goo to right there. That should do us well. Constitution Mark II. We're gonna save it. Like, save. Oh, it already saved. Okay. And I believe we're ready to go. We got our mission. Our only mission right now is just get into orbit. That's all we want to do is achieve orbit. Make the money, make the science, and then we'll be able to do other things. So, launch. Alright. Let's try this out, shall we? It might go well. It might not go well. We're about to find out. I do have... What am I using for SAS on this? It's a little bit loopy. It's a little bit of a long rocket. I don't actually think it needs to be this long. You know what we're going to do before we actually launch? We're going to recover the vessel. Okay. Jebediah is ready. We're going to go back into our vehicle assembly, because I am not ready to go yet. We have a few too many main liquid engines on here. Now that we have the boosters, the way we're doing it, we're going to have a lot better fuel consumption. Center of mass is here. We add this, center of mass is there. So we definitely want to bring it up a little bit. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to add a smaller fuel tank to adjust our center of mass to about there. And then when we remove these, it's gonna go back to a better center of mass. So the center of mass is doing good now. It's just the boosters are going to inhibit us a little bit, but that's not too bad. I'm gonna put them right there. Okay, now we're ready. Save, launch. This should be our first orbital capable vessel. I certainly hope so. We're about to find out. Are we ready, Mr. Jebediah? Boosters, decouple, power primary engines, decouple secondary engines. We want the parachutes going first, for obvious reasons. Why do we have... Okay, we only have 2 parachutes. No, we're good. I thought we had an extra parachute for some reason. And then last decouple... Oh, wait, no, we want to swap these. So, boosters, decouple, engine, decouple, engine, decouple, parachutes. All set up, all good to go. I do believe we're ready. Quarter throttle. We're gonna be making a 90-degree turn, or we're gonna be making about a 45. About a 30 to a 45 over eventually towards a 90. Are we ready, Mr. Jebediah? In 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to begin making our adjustment. We are having a little bit of trouble maintaining complete control. I don't have a reaction wheel on it really. We're going to be making our adjustment over more. About to lose our solid fuel. We should now have more control of the vessel. Oh no. Oh, we've made a terrible mistake. It's alright. It's not over. It's not over. We are losing surface very, very quickly. I now remember a problem I had once before when I was playing KSP. Well, it's not over. It's not over. Oh, why is my SAS not on? That's what happened. My SAS was not on. But it does not look like I have any control surfaces. I suddenly remember why I'm here. Well, that's the thing about the career mode, is you live and you learn. Decouple. We're going to eject. Observe materials bay. We're going to keep the experiments. We're going to salvage all the experiments we can. Pressure, 75. Crew report. We're going to salvage as much as we possibly can here. Oh, we've made a terrible mistake. I suddenly remember we have no reaction wheels, or we have no primary means of achieving a stable orbit because we have no proper SAS. So that's a current issue. And I need to fix that. Mystery goo. Observe mystery goo. 0.4 science. Okay, it's something. Still losing. We don't have these to auto-deploy, do we? Stand by for deployment. We're going to go ahead and deploy. Why is it not deploying the other one? Okay, we're good. We've deployed both of them. The other one was just a little slow. We should be good. Oh. Okay, we're good. All is well. They deployed a little high. But that's okay. I have no means of recovering this vessel yet, do I? No, I do not, because it's still in flight. It's just going to take us a while to get down. That's okay. We learned. We're maybe not quite ready for orbital flight yet, because we don't have any proper reaction wheel in it that's going to be able to keep us completely stable when trying to make a curved orbital ascent. So that's a problem. That is a big problem. Can I just close the doors? Oh, I can. That's awesome. And I can still keep the science. Review data. Yeah. So it wasn't a complete loss. We learned some things. But it was obviously not what we wanted. Unfortunately. Cancel. I don't want to overwrite. Well, wow, it's going to take us a while to completely ascend here. I don't want to wait this long. Am I able to speed up? I am. We'll warp us right along as we float on down into the water. Well, that heat shield definitely would have helped upon re-entry. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use it. So, that's my bad. I did not account for the fact that we had reaction wheels. I did not do enough research, and I thought we had reaction wheels on it when we did not. Alright, we're going to bring her down to real time so we don't accidentally hit the water too hard. And we are... sploosh. Well, we didn't lose the Science Junior this time. That's good. And what we're going to do here is we're going to EVA Jebediah. Oh, it's going to flip over. EVA report. Hey, there's some more science for us. We're going to board. And now we're going to recover. Okay, so we recovered some things at least. We got a little bit of science. 35 science earned? Really? Oh no, that's 35 total science. 10 science get earned. Well, that's unfortunate. Jebediah lived. We did not lose a pilot, thankfully. All is well. We are going to go over to research and development, though, because what we need is flight control. This is what we desperately need, and we don't have enough science. So, we need flight control. The basic science will be nice at some point. Oh, we get a better communitron. We get radiators. I don't know what the radiators do. I guess it's something I'm not completely aware on yet. But it will be cool to make a stay putnik. Oh, that's funny. We'll be able to make some sort of drone with this. But currently... Ooh, crew cabin, structural fuselage, Rockomax, brand adapter. Yeah, we really, really need the flight control. That's what we should have gone for first, was the flight control. But we were silly and we didn't. So now we just kind of gotta try to do things in ways we can. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but I think I have an idea in mind on how to maintain a little bit more stability. The problem is when you have a vessel that long with no proper stability on it, you're gonna lose control really, really quickly. It's too long is the problem. Because I was trying too much on rocket power. Because fuel was a huge problem for me, obviously. So we're gonna actually start from scratch. We're gonna make a new one. Save and continue. And we're gonna start from scratch here with our command pod. How do I zoom in again? Ah, it's shift. Yes, okay. Here we go. We're going to start from scratch. And we are going to start with a... we obviously need science, so a Science Junior is going to be crucial. We're going to implement our Science Junior. Our heat shield once again. We're going to add our dual radial mount parachutes. Oh, these are tiny ones. I was using giant ones. Whoopsies, I was not supposed to be using giant ones, but oh well. We're going to use our radial mount parachutes like so. And we're also going to get our... we don't really need a Mark 16 parachute. We don't necessarily need a tiny one. But we do need our mystery goo on there, of course. We only need one of those, though. And we need our Communitron, just in case. Now, here is that. What we want to do is we want to build things a bit more stable. Stacked coupler, Rockmax brand coupler. We don't really... How big is this? Oh yeah, this is big. We don't need something this big at the moment. We are going to take... Oops. Did that go over? I feel like I want to put it there. Yeah, let's put it there. Just to be safe. I'm not going to need that much fuel. I was using way too much fuel last time. Because I obviously did not need it due to the fact that I was trying to do a really dumb way of achieving orbit. And we're going to have our liquid terrier engine. And we're going to have... and now we're going to have... Oh, we need, obviously, the coupler there first. What am I doing? No, wrong one. We want the stacked coupler. Here we go. Bam. Bam. And then we are going to use... Not the Reliant. Not the swivel has problems. The Reliance is what we're going to use. The swivel tends to overcompensate us. And now we are going to use, the liquid thud fuel engine. It's a dinky little guy. It's cute. Alright, now we... How big are these? Yeah, because we've definitely decreased our size substantially here, which is what we were trying to do. So let's get our radial decouplers. We're going to use 3 boosters, which might give us a little more oomph than we need, but we're going to do it nonetheless. We're going to do it down towards the bottom, obviously. We're going to do that. And for added stability, we're just going to add a little bit of winglets on it. Basic fins. Symbol. Slightly unstable. We're going to go with some basic fins on the bottom here. Give us a little bit more stability. And obviously aerodynamics. In the form of cones. This is going to cost us 10,000. It's actually going to be cheaper than our previous ship. And hopefully this should get us there a little bit easier. We shouldn't have near as many problems. So we're going to call this the Reclaimer. And what are we reclaiming? We are reclaiming our pride. Reclaimer Mark 1. Save. Launch. Here we go. Gonna try it again. Wait, did I actually lose my achieve orbit? Contracts. Okay, no, I did not. We're good. Okay. Let's try it out now, shall we? SAS turned on in 3, 2, 1, launch. Start making our adjustment over. Oh, we're adjusting the wrong direction. Everything's inverted. Making our adjustment over. Attempting to, at least. We are still gaining speed, but we need to make our adjustment over more. Come on, it keeps going back. Come on, guy. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. And we're going to keep this heading. We're going to level ourselves, or get ourselves back on the proper playing field. We're going to keep this heading now. We're a little low on fuel. Okay, we're gonna lower our fuel substantially now, as we are actually a heck of a lot closer to the atmosphere than I was originally anticipating. We need to bring her down over more, over more. Good. We're in orbit now. We're going to lower our engines even more. We still want to gain speed, though. Lower our engines even more. And actually, we're going to cut them. We're going to cut our engines until we reach our apoapsis, and then we're going to start expanding it more. We might not have enough fuel for it, but at least we have the right idea and we're on the right track. So we've achieved space orbit, I believe. Oh, not quite. We've not quite achieved space, but we're getting there. So I'm going to bring her over a bit more towards the apoapsis. Adjust a little bit. Bring her up a bit. You can see how our landing site's expanding much, much more now. Alright, we're going to cut our engines. And that should be enough to get us into space. And when we approach our apoapsis, that's when we're going to do another big burn. So we're going to bring her all the way over to about a 20-degree angle. If my SAS will keep me in line here. There we go. Music should kick in. There we go. Space, we have it. We're going to bring her all the way over as we approach the apoapsis. All the way over. And now we're going to make our burn. I didn't really pack enough fuel. And Lord knows I'm not going to have enough fuel in the other one. We'll try, though. We'll try. We'll definitely try. We're going to bring her all the way over towards our apoapsis now. We're still gaining altitude, thankfully. Actually, we need to raise our apoapsis just a little bit here. And we're about to start losing our orbit. Yep. Not quite enough punch to get into the atmosphere, unfortunately. Or, and to get into orbit. Not enough punch once again. Nope, not enough. Maximum fuel and a maximum thrust and a last-ditch effort. I didn't quite have a proper enough heading to start with, nor did I have enough fuel. If I had enough fuel, I would have been fine. But I did not have enough fuel. So, there was an attempt. You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to cut our engines there. Because I know I'm not going to be, not going to have enough to get all the way around. And if I do, I'm not going to have enough to get back all the way. So, rest in pepperoni. Well, at least we can land in the ocean now, so that's something. But that was unfortunate. Let's at least try to get some science from this. 25 science? Yes, I forgot we didn't end up getting our science. So that's going to give us enough to get what we need, thankfully. That will give us a bit. Require complete. Oh. And we're going to do a crew report. Okay, nothing. Alright, so now that we're going to be actually coming back in towards the atmosphere here shortly, we're going to prepare to orient ourselves correctly. We're going to close the doors on our Science Junior here. And we are going to attempt to orient ourselves correctly. This is a decent little pod I've constructed, though. This would be great for re-entering orbit. I just got to add a little bit beefier of a rocket at the bottom of it is the only problem I ran into. I should have used the longer boosters. That would have given us more speed and would give us enough kick to get into orbit a little bit quicker. But we should start coming down here any second now. Like so. We are going to ditch our engine. Orient ourselves properly. And this should be a nice, easy ascent. Or descent, my correction. And we got our heat shield set up. All is well. All should be perfectly fine here. This should be nice and easy, no problems. We're going to be landing in water. We got our parachutes. Actually, I need to set my parachutes to maximum pressure. I'm not sure what this does exactly, but it said it in the tutorial. So here we go. We're not coming down too fast by any means, but still the heat shield should help us. And definitely save our Science Junior, which we need, because if we get that, then we'll have enough science to make reaction reels, or, yes, the SAS reaction wheels. And then we'll definitely be able to get into orbit properly. So, that should be perfect. And looks like we're going to, we're gonna land in the water, which is exactly what we want. Here, we're gonna start heating up, and I'm not gonna touch it, because if I touch it, we're gonna have problems. I'm just gonna let the natural airflow do what it needs to do. Our heat shield's gonna heat up nice and red hot. And it's gonna be a nice and easy descent. We're gonna be going faster. The heat shield's doing its job beautifully. This is perfect. This is a very clean re-entry. Very, very clean re-entry. Oh, our Science Junior is starting to heat up a little bit, even though I am using the heat shield. Oh no, that's what is heating up? It's the goo container. Nope, we're good. We're slowing down enough. We're all right. Don't touch. I'm wanting to like touch stuff, but don't touch it. Let aerodynamics do what it needs to do. We're good. Alrighty, and we're back cleanly within the atmosphere. There goes that debris. That might actually be salvageable, depending on what happens. It looks like with that debris. Oh, debris is actually just a little ways away from us. We're going to orient ourselves in a slightly more downward manner here. We're good. We've greatly decreased speed. We're only about an altitude of 4,000. All is very well. Looks like we're actually heading on a very straight down descent now. And we're going to deploy our parachutes to slow our descent even more. Hang in there. And they've deployed fully. And now we just got a nice, easy, gentle ride down. And I can actually jettison the heat shield. I'm not sure why I would do that. That just adds us a little bit more padding when we hit the water. So, unfortunately, we're not able to achieve orbit. I made some mistakes, but now we have enough science to get what we need to actually go to orbit. So we're headed in the right direction. We definitely are. It's just going to take us a little bit longer to get there, unfortunately. Why am I not slowing down a lot? Oh, these... Oh, no. Oh, no. What just happened? No! I wasn't using big enough parachutes. We should set a limit to ourselves of 3 reverts. I'm going to use one of them. I know I said I wasn't going to revert, but that was a terrible mistake. That was completely my fault. And I'm not going to lose Jebediah because of a silly mistake. Not going to happen. Well, I was wondering. I equipped drogue chutes, not the regular chutes. Well, darn it. And we didn't even end up getting science, so that was a complete waste of a flight. At least we can make the changes we need to on the next episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'm finally getting back to some Kerbal Space Program. We're watching actually a lot of space videos, especially some of the old ones from Chris Hadfield. That are very fascinating, great watching. You can find them all over YouTube. But yeah, and that's really begun getting me interested in more of kind of the rocket age of space flights here. And yeah, I think Kerbal Space Program is obviously the best game to have that in. So, been getting back into it. I'm going to be recording it a lot more, and it's going to be fabulous. And hopefully we can get orbit sometime soon and not keep failing miserably. So, that is it. That's going to be it for today's episode. I thank you all so very much for watching. I surely hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a beautiful and amazing, wonderful night, evening, morning, whatever you're doing. I hope you enjoyed doing it. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye-bye.